Hello and welcome. You're watching Don Bosco Media Network. This is Monali Saurambai bringing to you the Salesian news across the globe. According to estimates published by the British magazine The Lancet, for every 2 people who die from coronavirus, a child is left orphaned or without a grandparent to take care of him or her. Between March 2020 and June 2021, the numbers tell us that almost 2 million minors have lost their mother, father or a grandparent. Studies have also revealed that as a result of the pandemic, 1 child in the world today becomes orphaned every 12 seconds. In relation to the number of inhabitants, the country most affected by this drama is Peru, followed by South Africa and Mexico. Last Wednesday, January 12, 2022, the celebrations for the centenary of the Salesian presence in northeast India were launched. In Guwahati, the ceremony included the raising of the centenary flag by the main guest who attended the function, Monsieur John Mulachira, Archbishop of Guwahati, at the Salesian Provincial House. The inaugural program was attended by the heads of the communities belonging to various religious congregations, members of the Salesian family and other distinguished guests. After the inaugural ceremony, Monsieur Mulachira presided over a special Eucharist at the co-cathedral church dedicated to Saint Joseph and invoked God's blessings on all participants in the celebration. The other regions and districts on which the province of India Guwahati extends, namely the areas of Garo Hills, the territories of Bodoland, Karbi Anglong, Kamrup and the plains of Assam, have also organized inaugural celebrations in various institutions of Don Bosco with rites of raising the flag of the centenary banner, religious functions and various cultural programs. The meeting of the persons in charge of missionary animation of the Mediterranean region took place last Thursday, January 13th. The theme of the meeting was the first announcement today, with the book by Father Alfred Maravilla, General Counselor for the Missions, as a guide for reflection. Europe, although traditionally imbued with Christianity, is still today a missionary context where a multicultural, multi-religious, globalized and digital context remains. The preventive system, for its part, is a way of promoting the initial proclamation in a Salesian way, in the awareness that it is not a question of having to invent new things, but of translating and actualizing Christian witness in the current context. For the benefit also of the benefactors of the Salesian mission, who also need the first proclamation. The meeting then ended with the final prayer and planning of the next meeting scheduled for May 26th. Every community is Cana of Galilee, said the Rector Major, Father Angel Fernandez Artime, in his homily at the conclusion of the 40th edition of the Days of Spirituality of the Salesian family. Starting from the commentary on the Gospel that commemorates what happened between Mary and her son, the disciples also present during a banquet celebrating a marriage, he remarked that God is always at work where men and women spend their time, and this also in the Salesian family. This is the thought that is close to the heart of the 10th successor of Don Bosco, which he summarized in the conclusions of the final session of the days with reference to the theme of the spirituality. A fruit of this moment is the growth of interiority. We are not afraid to look for it. It does not take us away from doing things well. With more interiority, we will have more presence of God in the midst of the children. It is an investment in life which becomes more robust and solid. The theme of the Strena, do everything for love, nothing for strength, and gratitude to God for the gift of St. Francis de Sales are truly a source of profound inspiration. This year will be a wonderful opportunity to warm the heart, concluded the Rector Major. The final session of the Salesian Family Spirituality Days is a more delicate moment. The extensive and fervent work of the regional groups of the previous days must arrive at a synthesis that indicates the news that emerged and the intentions for the year that opens. Just as Don Bosco wanted to impress a strong thought on his boys, so the Rector Major today must also be able to ascertain whether the thread that binds the 32 groups to common inspiration is sufficiently robust to ensure unity of purpose, and long enough to develop a reality extended to 134 countries. The miracle occurs in the minute and a half assigned to each referent. It emerges that the topic has been adequately mulled over both individually and by the 150 participants, and above all that, each returns with a rich baggage to share in the respective groups. Cyprian from Uganda and Joseph Howe from Vietnam, two of the three young Salesian missionaries of the 152nd Missionary Expedition, destined for the Slovenian province SLO, work in the Salesian community of Rakovnik near Ljubljana. The two missionaries are studying the Slovenian language intensely and are already included in the activities of the Salesian Youth Center, unfortunately reduced due to the pandemic. Among the new things they experienced, they learned to stake on ice with the help of the local Salesians. On 14th January, the feast day of the Divine Shepherdess, the Salesian Novitiate Saint Domenico Savio of the St. Luke province of Venezuela, VEN, celebrated the renewal of the Salesian religious profession of 7 young people. The ceremony was presided over by Father Rafael Montenegro, VEN Provincial, with the participation of various representatives of the Salesian family. On January 15th, the members of the Salesian family of the AFC EST delegation celebrated the feast day of the Rector Major's 2022 Strena entitled Do All Through Love, Nothing Through Constraint on January 15th at the Salesian Technical Industrial Institute ITIG Don Bosco in Goma. The AFC EST provincial delegate, Father Aurelian Mukangwa, wished the whole Salesian family that the new year brings joy, trust, physical and spiritual health, committing themselves to living the Salesian charism. Father David Bessa, SDB, member of the AFC Provincial Council, on a visit to the works of the delegations, presented the Rector Major Strena 2022, focusing his speech on 4 main points: nothing by constraint, freedom as a gift from God, the presence of God in human heart and life in God, sweetness and affability in relationships, and all for love. Furthermore, he emphasized that as the Salesian family, we have the duty to perpetuate the educational and spiritual model of St. John Bosco in our daily life. As its guiding thread, the Eucharistic celebration presided over by Father Mukangwa had the memory of Don Bosco, who took St. Francis de Sales as a model of action, faith and life. Subsequently, the participants attended a series of recreational activities by the young people of the Salesian youth movement of the ITIG and Boskolak. On January 15, 2022, Father Leo Neng Khan Mang, SDB, was installed as the new rector of Don Bosco Provincialate in Anisakan for a 3-year term of office. We began a simple and profound ceremony of installation, integrated with a Holy Eucharistic celebration at 7 a.m. Due to political situation, only a few Salesians, FMA sisters and lay mission partners could take part in the ceremony. At the end of the Holy Mass, the solemn breakfast was served to all the participants. Father Leo Neng Khan Mang was born on November 6, 1971. He made his first profession on September 24, 1994. After philosophical formation and practical training, he did theological studies at St. Joseph Diocesan Major Seminary, Yangon. He made his perpetual profession on September 24th in the year 2000. Finally, on April 6, 2003, he was ordained as a Salesian priest. He also served as the secretary for the social communication of CBCM, Catholic Bishops' Conference, Myanmar, for 3 years. After that, he served as the provincial economer for another 6 years. Let us continue to pray for Father Leo Mang so that he may constantly be able to offer himself for the service of authority in the local community, serving the confreres and the young people with the heart of the Good Shepherd and the spirit of our founder, Don Bosco. So viewers, that is all we have for you today. Until we meet again, thank you for watching.